So Brian, we started the new year last weekend home against Worcester Warriors in a match in difficult conditions. Can you give us your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought we were very clinical last week. Obviously, it was a must-win game. The weather conditions, it was very greasy underfoot and drizzly. So our tactics really were to go hard at Worcester in the drive. We knew that they've been conceding a lot of penalties in drive defence. So we really went hard at them in the drive, and our team aimed up in that area. Wayne Barnes rewarded us there, and then that either gave us the option to kick points or to put the ball into the corner where we could squeeze them more. And I think I was very happy with the 80-minute performance of the team. We stayed on their hammer. The back end of the game, the last 15 or 20 minutes, Wayne Barnes, as sort of referees I want to do, sometimes things get evened up a bit. We had a big flurry of penalties against us, but we held our line intact and didn't concede a try. So from a defensive point of view, very happy, and from an attack point of view, happy because we were very disciplined and didn't try and play too much rugby in those conditions, and we came away with the result that we deserved and that we wanted.
George Skivington, after the game against Gloucester, was very honest with what he said. He said some of the senior boys probably weren't putting their hands up as much as they should. Guys like George, Blair Cowan, Mike Mayhew, absolutely massive in that forward effort against Worcester.
Yeah, I think the results haven't gone the way that we would have liked. And if you have a look, we are still a club in transition. We are certainly not the finished product. At the moment, because of injury, some crucial injuries, Alani Alika at tight head, David Pace, obviously we brought CJ over to cover Alani, but we haven't been able to get him to the races yet. George has played 6 games this season. So you can see just in the tight fight alone, without even looking at the injuries in the back line to Marlon Yard and those sorts of lads, that we're exposed. So we've got a lot of guys in our side at the moment, 50%, so 7 or 8 of the starting side. This is their first season in the league. Now that's not an excuse, that's just a challenge. It's where we are as a club and where we are as a team, and we are developing. Eamon Sheridan, Fergus Mulcrone, Blair Cowan, first season with us at the club, Alex Lewington, Nick Rouse, a lot of these guys who have come from the championship, or it's their first season with us in this league, they're really putting their hands up. I guess George's comments were really, that was a rallying cry really to the experienced players of Tomas O'Leary and Humphreys, and those boys, Shane Garrity, the lads who have been around, Solossi, those boys who have been around a long time at the club, Topsy. It was a rallying cry really for them to step forward and lead. And I've been very happy with the leadership qualities of all of our experienced players. At the moment, only 50% of the team's experienced, and this is a growing and learning phase we've got to get through to reap the rewards when we get to the other side. 4
weeks now of Amlin Cup and LV Cup games. What are your processes going to be for the next 4 weeks?
Well, we just want to keep winning. So we've chosen a side against Lusitanos. Many of the players who started last week against Worcester are going to be involved. And the plan is that we go out with a very similar game plan. It's going to be sunny on Saturday, but very cold, and there's been a lot of rain here over the last month. So our plans won't change dramatically. We'll still go hard at them up front and try and draw them to the ball, and then we've got a lot of speed out wide, so we'll release the ball at the right time. So that's Lusitanos, and pretty much a repeat script then for Prato away. It's very important for us where we are in the Amlin Challenge Cup that we pick up 10 points from these last 2 games, and if we do that, we could hopefully force a result. With Stad, who are clearly in the box seat at the moment, and that'll then box off the Amlin Challenge Cup, and then we've got the 2 LV Cup games, and we've been using the LV Cup games to develop players, so giving the youngsters Tommy Fowley and Johnny Harrison, those guys, Richard Polfman, and giving those blokes exposure, and we'll take a measured view on that going forward. Obviously we've got Wasps away, and I think Scarlets at home. It might be the other way around. So Wasps away and Scarlets at home, and that'll set us up then for the push home. We've got some big premiership games right through the Six Nations. So the next month for us, the big focus is just to keep keep the ball rolling, keep winning. It was this time last year that we managed to get some good momentum and finish strong, and that's what we want to do again.
Tom Homer's back from injury and in the squad for this weekend. Have you got many more expected back over the next month?
Yeah, well, Tommy Homer comes back, so which is a great boost for us. Seven Malasar will be playing this game as well, and so this next month for these boys is a chance to put a marker down and put their hand up. Guy Armitage comes back into the midfield. Ferguson and Eamon have been playing so well. Guys have limited chances there. We've got issues at scrum half, so Tomas is the only senior scrum half currently fit. So we'll be making sure Ed Hoadley gets some game time, and we'll probably be bringing in some injury cover in that position as well. And then it's just looking at freshening things up a little bit in the back row. So it's great to have Tommy back, and it'll also be great to rotate the strike a little bit for some of the guys who've had a lot of the frontline action recently.
And finally, we followed up the Worcester game on Saturday with the news on Monday that 4 players have re-signed for a significant amount of time. Can you give us your thoughts on that as well?
Yeah, I think it's a massive commitment from the club to the players, and a massive show of trust and faith. Obviously, Shane Garrity, homegrown player, he's a great fit for us. He was outstanding last weekend. We'll wear the 10 shirt again, so that's terrific. Darren Allenson, very talented scrum half, and still young enough really to be with us for a long time. So those 2 boys locked in for 3 years. Halani Alika, I think, is possibly the most dynamic tight head in the league. A very, very good set piece, and what he offers around the park is almost unique as a tight head in world rugby. Really, there's very few. I don't know of another tight head who's scored 11 tries in one season. So he's a special player, and we've managed to lock him up long term, which is great. And then Tommy Fowley, who's probably one of the most talented players to come through our academy in a long time, and that's saying a lot because you've got Marlon Yard, and you've got Jamie Gibson, and those sorts of players have come through the academy in recent times. But they're all talented lads, but none more talented than Tommy Fowley. So I think it was a big sign of intent from the club to offer those boys 3-year extensions, and delighted that they're on board for the journey, because they're all very, very good players and going to play a massive role in the development of the club.